Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So yeah, I've been off lately. That's because so much is going on in my life and I cannot wait to tell you about it. So today I have an interview with Kia Ira. Why are we doing this interview? It is because I am a founder of a magazine called Social Elysium, one of the founders, the two founders. So yeah, the magazine comes out 30th of October. Mia while editing here. So the magazine is already out as of 30th of October. But Kia and the two other influencers we have aren't featured in it, as we have featured a professionals article first. We were overwhelmed with the amount of response we got from y'all, so we actually decided to make it into a two-part magazine. So first we featured the professionals articles, and in the second issue, which will come out in mid December, we will be featuring the three influencers. Kia is one of them, and that's about it. I will be putting the link to the magazine in the description below, and we were working on it, and three influencers wrote amazing articles for us, and Kia Ira is one of them. So right now I will play a video so that you can know more about her, and let's invite her in.
Introducing a beautiful and amazing person who not only is an alumna of NCS but also took singing professionally and gave a wonderful opening performance when Ananya Birla, an internationally famous pop star, had a performance in India. We are immensely proud of her and stand the independent, kind, and fierce woman she is. We are also eternally grateful that she has taken out time from her busy schedule. She teaches children music too, by the way, and is giving this interview for the magazine Social Elysium's first issue or volume, as she has also written an article titled Be Kind to Yourself for the same, welcoming the melodious and awe-inspiring Kea Ira Kalyan.
So now I'm inviting her.
Hi.
Welcome. So this is Kia, as you saw from the video. And so right now what we're going to be doing is that I'm going to ask her 9 questions on Never Have I Ever, which is related to body positivity, since that's the whole idea of our magazine. And then we're just going to have a normal conversation where I ask her questions.
So wait, if I have done something, don't I like get a drink or something? Or is this a sober game that we're playing?
I think this is a sober game because I'm highly underage. I'm 14.
I was
I'm
just kidding.
14.
All right.
Okay. So, never have I ever avoided sports or working out because I didn't want to be seen in gym clothes.
No, I actually haven't done that. I don't work out because I'm lazy as shit. It's not because I don't want to be seen in clothes.
I mean, I've done this. I love playing, but I was like, no, I do not want to wear this stuff
I
because,
hate gym and I love gym clothes, so I'm not conscious about that, but I'm just so lazy that I've never wanted to go to the gym. So.
yeah. I mean, I never go to the gym. I play sports, and like sometimes I'm like, I don't want to wear this because like you can see my rolls and stuff. I'm like, nah, I'll get to shame for that.
Honestly, that's not even that doesn't even matter.
So sometimes it's just, teenagers can say stuff that
But
you.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah. The next question is: Never have I ever eaten even a small amount of food that made me feel fat.
I have never in my life, I can't stress on this enough, never in my life felt guilty for eating. I love food so much, and I think everyone who knows me as Kea the foodie more than Kea the singer. Okay, that's how much I love food, and I would never, no matter how fat I get, no matter even I want to die of diabetes. I mean, this is such a bad message to send out, but if I ever had an option of how I want to die, it would be covered in sugar coated donuts. So yeah,
Oh my god, that's so
no
nice. But
for eating ever.
considering that I have like diabetes in my genes, that scares me. But yeah, I mean, same. I've never felt guilty about eating. Like,
That's amazing.
yeah, I mean, I can eat a lot. Then I can like go days without eating, not like days, but like hours and
I
hours.
can't go an hour without eating.
Yeah, like same. I mean, yeah. But yeah, for me, it's like kind of that I will eat for a certain amount of time, like you, like every 15-20 minutes I would feel like eating at least an apple or something like that, and then for hours I go without eating and I barely drink water. I'm like so dehydrated all the time. So the third is that never have I ever worried about or obsessed about your body not being small, thin, or good enough.
I have guilty. I do it every other day, and you know what? It's normal. We all go through it, and we grow from it. So yeah, I have obsessed about my body not being small enough and me not fitting the ideal, beauty standards. But yeah, it is what it is.
Oh my god, I totally agree with you. I mean, I could not have put that into better words. Totally agree. The next is never have I ever been concerned that my body is not muscular or strong enough.
Strong enough, yes. Yeah, I had like this little muscle and biscuit ab obsession a few years ago. I wanted to be like Hrithik Roshan. Like I actually wanted me to have like a really good muscular body. And yeah, sometimes I do feel I'm not strong enough. Sometimes actually it's not strong enough. I'm very strong. Like I can punch a motherfucker. Like you know what I mean. I can really hit someone if I want to. It's not that I'm not strong enough. I wish I was more active. Yeah, I think that's a better. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
wish I was
not
more.
so active. I mean, I'm not lazy, but I'm not so active. And yeah, I've never worried
I
about
am
being
lazy
strong enough.
as hell, so
Yeah.
I just wish I was more active.
I mean, my mom says that you should be more active, you should be more active. I mean, I'm active enough. I go like walk or for run like 5 out of 7 days a week. That's active enough.
Like
But
you will hardly ever see me standing or walking. I'm always either lying down or sitting. So like I'm a blob. Just putting it out there.
oh my god, that is like you're so open. That's so nice. Like half the people won't be as open as you are, right? And it's just started, and that's amazing. Okay, never have I ever avoided wearing certain clothes because they make me feel fat.
Definitely. Yeah, there are some things that, even I'm trying to overcome. Like it is something that's engraved in our brain from when we were kids. Society has put this in our mind. You can't wear a crop top if you have like a tone coming out of it, and that's just something that society has engraved, and it takes time to overcome these mental barriers. So yeah, I'm still not over it. Like I mean, I've just started being okay with it like a few days. I think a week ago I kind of wore a bikini, not exactly a bikini but something like a bikini, and I wouldn't have done that a year ago. you know a year ago I would have been like, oh no, but like I have a paunch, I don't have like a stomach that goes inside, how can I wear a bikini? No. But yeah, it's still not where I want it to be. Like I want to be able to wear absolutely anything. you know I'm still not at that place, but I'm reaching there slowly, and it takes time for you to for anyone to get over these barriers. So yes, I have not worn clothes or felt bad about not wearing clothes in the past.
Yes, like same because like I have this dress which I absolutely love, but every time I wear it, I mean there's some science with clothes like illusion or something. It makes me look shorter than I am and fatter. Like like I have avoided wearing that at so many instances. Like I can't even count. But it's like my favorite dress and I
Yeah.
don't wear it. So yeah.
I think I used to always ask this question whenever I wore something like, does this make me look fat? And I think I've stopped doing that recently because you know what? I'm going to look the way I'm looking. If I'm fat, yeah. Now what can I do? You know? So
Exactly.
you need to stop asking people, does this make me look? Nothing's going to make you look fat. If you're fat, you're fat. What? That's just
Yes.
that's just how it is.
I was watching this show called Say Yes to the Dress because like one of my friend wants to get married like as soon as she gets out of school or something. But like, yeah, I was watching it with her, and then there's this like Kirby Bride edition, and she's like, "Oh my god, this makes me look fat," and then she just started crying, and I was like, "Oh my god, will this be me when I get married or something like that?" Um,
Yeah, no, that's
yes. So the next question is, never have I ever felt badly about myself because I don't like my body.
every other day. I have guilty.
Like, I don't know, even if I'm not feeling like this, something will happen and like it just goes like all back. Like, fine, I just got over
I
it
agree.
and
Anything can trigger you. Anything as small as someone giving you a compliment also. Sometimes, someone just gives you a compliment, like a genuine compliment. You're looking nice. And then you're like, wait, was that honest? No, actually I'm looking bad, but that person didn't want to tell me to my face. So anything that small and something so invalid can trigger you. Like trigger points are unneeded and so stupid. But yeah,
totally. So the next is, never have I ever disliked my body. That is the same. Oh my god, never have I ever wanted to change something about myself.
change something about, as I said, I want to be more active. Like I don't necessarily want to change anything physical about me. I mean, yeah, if I got thinner as a side effect, I always say this, my goal is not to become thin but to become more active, to become healthier, because I'm unhealthy and I'm inactive, and those are not good things. So yeah, my goal or things that I wish to change about myself are just the amount of activity that the amount of physical activity that I do on a daily basis. That's it.
Okay, yeah. Actually, the same. Like, there's nothing physical I want to change about myself. Like, I'm broke, so no plastic surgery and like stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay the way I am. But sometimes I just there are just days where you just want something to change. Like, oh my god, just start this tummy, just go in, get inside. But like, yeah, that's just like a human mind working. So never have I ever compared myself to others and came short. That means like fail to reach a certain beauty standard, like society,
Of
certain
course,
yeah.
I have.
Same, like because like I was like just comparing myself to Kendall Jenner because like she's I'm the same height as her, and I'm actually like a centimeter taller than her. And then I was like, oh my god, she's so thin and stuff, and like she has not agreed to any plastic surgery. And, like she does look similar, like in high school, and I think it's illegal at that point of time. So she's obviously I think there's not a lot of plastic surgery that she's gotten. So like I was comparing myself to her. I was like, oh my god, like I'm never gonna reach that, and I just felt so bad about it. Like it just hurt.
Honestly, like, yeah, I think everyone goes through that. But you know what? There's always someone who's going to one up you. There is nothing like the most beautiful woman in the world. You take Aishwarya Rai. Some people may say Deepika Padukone is better than her. Some people may say she's better than Deepika Padukone. Some people may say Gigi Hadid is better than Deepika Padukone. Some people may say, um, what do you call it? Who's this other superstar? Some people may say Kylie Jenner is more beautiful than Gigi Hadid. Some people may say, everyone's always going to one up you. There is no most beautiful girl in the world. It's all subjective. Some people may find this one more beautiful. Some people may find that one more beautiful. So if you're going to keep looking at who is going to one up me, you're going to go in this endless toxic spiral, which is not going to do good to anybody. ठीक है यार, that girl's hot. Like, damn, that girl's hot. That's I'm not as hot as her. Okay.
Is there something like wrong with the network because you were like kind of lagging in between?
I'm sorry. Yeah, is it fine now?
Yeah, now it's fine. Like that is
Okay,
like
where did you lose me at?
no, like I could hear you. It was just like your video paused.
Okay, so did I get cut off somewhere?
No, you were fine. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So now I'll just ask you some questions and I'll not speak in between. Because I love interrupting people. No, like stop. So like yeah, I will interrupt in between. Uh, so yeah, so some questions like I have a lot of questions. Like my like friends, like the team. I was like, you wanna give some questions? Like okay, like take this question, take this question. I'm like, no, I mean she's not gonna answer like 1,000 questions. So like the best ones, you just compile them. So like the first question we have for you is, if your body could talk right now, what would you say to it?
If my body could talk,
Yeah.
I would firstly, I think gratification is the first way to get yourself to do things. So yeah, I would thank my body for everything. That this is so generic, but I think everyone should, first things first, before asking your body to do things for you should thank your body for all the things it's already done for you. Like, I have put my body through an unimaginable number of things over the years, and I just want to thank my body for sustaining for so long, you know. I don't think I think my body is really tough, and it's gone through a lot, and you know, it's still there, it's still working, it's still doing fine. So thank you. And second thing, go get on a treadmill, you bitch. Like, that's what I'm gonna tell my body after telling you thank you.
That's so beautiful and relatable at the same time. Like, I absolutely love that answer. So the next question is, what's one way that we can celebrate our bodies every day, since you can't like eat sweets every day or work out like 7 out of 7 days a week?
Firstly, you can eat sweets every day. I mean, it is unhealthy, but like, if that's what makes you happy, do it. Secondly, you want to work out every day, work out every day. Each to their own. But yeah, my way of celebrating my body is okay, this is I, I don't know, but for me this works for me. I think dancing naked after your bath for like 5 minutes in front of the mirror can do wonders.
Yes, I think like yeah, that would
Like,
boost
I
certain
actually
amount of
feel
confidence.
like that is celebrating your body. You're like raw, looking at yourself and dancing to your most favorite song. And I think what better way to celebrate your body? I think it works for me. I don't know how. I don't know if this is a universal answer, but it works for me.
Yeah, like the only place I sound good is in the shower, so like I sing there, and that's fine. I don't need to dance. So yeah, I don't dance. I hate dancing. I just hate dancing. Um, the next is what's something that
Like,
makes you
it could
feel.
just be moving. It could just like, sorry,
No,
I
no,
couldn't hear
go
you.
ahead. I would like to hear what you said.
No, I meant like it doesn't need to be dancing. It's not that only dancers dance in front of, it's not that only singers sing, right? Everyone sings.
Yeah, yeah,
The same way, I'm sure you dance at the Navy ball or New Year party. It's
yeah,
the same thing. You just groove, just move, look at yourself and be like, you know what? I'm gonna make my tummy jiggle now. What are you gonna do about it? You know, it's the best thing to do for yourself.
yeah. That's positive as like hell. I mean, that's like so inspirational and nice. Learn from our people. Okay, so next is what's something that makes you feel worse about that body? It could be like women's magazines, dad books, or like a weighing scale or anything.
So, social media, definitely. I don't read magazines. I don't have any other social media platform other than Instagram. But yeah, Instagram does put me on a low very often. Um, yeah, just I think the people you follow really you know, it really affects you in it could in a positive way, it could in a negative way. So you need to find that out for yourself. Is this profile doing good to me? Is it making me feel good? Is it giving me good vibes, or is it not? And you, based on that, you follow who you want to. So I've done like a social media detox, you know, over the past few weeks, where I've been unfollowing people who don't really add any value to me, or don't teach me anything new, or make me feel like shit. Because why? I don't want to feel, I want to go on social media and be happy. So you know, I follow, you know, pages like I follow artists, I follow body positive people, I follow queer people, I follow people who spread a lot of positivity in general, and you know, add value, add knowledge. I don't I've stopped following supermodels and people who are going to make me feel less about myself. I've stopped following, you know, people who spread negativity, toxic people in my own life, people I know personally. I think that makes a huge difference. So yeah.
I'm just gonna do that after this interview because like every day I'm looking and like there are people like Charlotte Pierce and stuff, and Kendall Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and like why? Like how does someone look that good at 40? But yeah, everybody knows like Kim Kardashian's got like plastic surgery. But
I'm sorry, sweetie, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. Can you repeat what you said?
uh, okay, yeah. I was like signed into the wrong network, so yeah. I just changed that. So I said that yeah, after like this, after this interview, I'm gonna go do that. I'm like inspired. Like I follow so many people that like make me feel like okay, I should be like this. I mean, this is the societal standard. I should be like this. I'm gonna do that.
Definitely. I mean, it's not wrong to follow models, okay? Don't get me wrong. Like, there are people who look up to models and find it inspiring to be like them, you know? Whatever works for a person. Like, if you think, if you're looking through your profile and you look at a singer, okay? It could be just like something very simple. It could be even a cook. It could be even a cook making really horrible dishes, and you're just like, dude, I don't want to see this on my page, you know? It could be that if you're a vegetarian and seeing, if you're a vegetarian, I'm a hardcore non-veg, by the way, but if you're a vegetarian and seeing people cook meat affects you, then unfollow the person. Know things. It's not only about models, it's not only about people with good bodies, it's what affects you. So if a good if a model doesn't affect you, do that. Like, I have reached a point right now where models don't really affect me that much. I look at a model, I'm like, damn, she hot. Okay, scroll up. Doesn't affect me, but it used to. And when it used to, that time I used to unfollow them. And I think everyone should do that. If anything affects you or doesn't add value to you, you should just unfollow them.
Yeah, totally. Has anyone or anything ever like made you feel bad about your body? And if yes, then what's that? Like, if apart from social media, is there someone in
I
general
think,
close to you? You didn't say the name.
mm,
Oh, I mean, that hurts. Yeah, like
and
you
what?
just, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, when you yourself like make you feel bad about yourself, then that's kind of like being mean to yourself.
Nobody has made me feel worse than I do to myself. I'm very blessed with a good group of people in my life. I have a very small knit circle and very few people who are actually close to me. And I keep only people who are close to me. I keep only good people close to me who are going to make me feel good about myself and, wise people, just wise people in general. I'm attracted and I'm blessed with those kind of people in my life. So yeah, people haven't really made me feel, what do you call it? People in my life normally uplift me, but it's me who brings myself down. So I am that villain and I am that person, and I need to change that.
Yeah, like self-depreciating humor is also on the rise these days. Like everywhere, if you self-depreciate yourself, you're cool. I mean, that's just
But
and
you
that,
know what? On the contrary, so I see a lot of memes about how people who self-deprecate are actually, they go to the bathroom and cry. I'm going to honestly say that something that has helped me through this journey of mine is self-deprecating humor.
oh my god, really? How did that
Really,
happen?
I know this doesn't work for everyone, and I'm not going to advise this to anyone. I'm a little kiska and weird that way. But a lot of people get affected by, like, demeaning themselves. But I actually find it empowering. Like, I love being funny, and I feel like being funny is cooler than being thin. So if I, like, self-deprecate myself, I'm like, okay, now I can make fat people jokes, and I love it. I love making jokes on myself, and it honestly uplifts me. If I can laugh at myself and get everyone to laugh at me, I find that so, like, I really find that very empowering.
Yeah, like there was one joke I recently made on myself. So like I got Syria as a country in MUN. I was like so shocked, like how could they give me Syria? They didn't give important countries like Italy and Germany, but they will give Syria. So what I was like, my friend asked me which country did you get? I'm like, I got Syria. Like what should I say, that they don't have food because I ate all that food because I'm fat? So like I really like that joke, and now I use it everywhere, and that's the only joke I like anymore.
Yeah, like I'm like on a roll. I'm always self-deprecating myself. I'm always calling myself a cow and going moo here and there. Like, it's fun, okay? It's really fun. And I think I really enjoy that. And I think that's like my coping mechanism. But again, for some people that can be a very unhealthy coping mechanism. Some people are not very body positive, and when they do this, they actually privately go and cry about it. But like, I'm not like that. It works for me.
Okay. So like just like how you said that you are like your like the person makes you feel bad about yourself. Like, do you also sometimes make yourself feel good about yourself, or is there somebody who has to do that for you?
Absolutely not. I do. I'm half and half. Okay, I can be so contradictory to myself. I can be the most lazy person, but I can also be the most hyper person. I can be the most like, um, I can be the most negative person in my life, but I can also be the most positive. It's like I'm never in the middle. Okay, it's always high low for me. I'm either really really pulling myself down, or I'm hyping myself the like I'm like, dude, you're a queen. Oh my god, who's that girl? She's so pretty. You know, like it's just always on either side. It's never in the middle.
That's actually a beautiful thing, like really nice. So, another question that one of my friend like had for you, and I just lost it. What helps you like feel like very comfortable in your skin, and like what does not help you feel comfortable in your skin?
Um. Okay. So as I said before, dancing in front of the mirror naked helps. My friends, it helps. It helps everybody. Just dance in front of the mirror naked. You will slowly fall in love with yourself. You will just enjoy all the things that you call imperfections on your body. It just becomes you. The thing is, we're not very comfortable. I don't know. I think in our we're not very like, nobody tells, your parents don't tell you कि जाओ mirror के सामने नंगा खड़े हो 5 मिनट के लिए उसके बाद आना. Nobody tells you that stuff, okay? And we just like, always like, oh, jaldi jaldi kapda, jaldi jaldi pocho kapda pe. Take time, just take time. Look at yourself raw. Look at all the things that you call your imperfections and be like, hey, this is my body. Like, oh, I have this. Oh, I have this new stretch mark. Oh, I have this new pimple. Okay, look at your body.
That's actually very nice, very nice, and like this answer gave actually more insight than the other one. Like, look at this, look at that. I mean, yeah, it will help you fall in love with your body, and I just I have never thought
It
that.
will make you feel natural. It will make you feel like this is it. This is me. I think we don't look at ourselves enough in the mirror. Like, we look at ourselves when we're all dressed up. Okay, after we've worn clothes for party, after we put our makeup and everything, we'll stare at ourselves in the mirror for half an hour. अच्छा ये मैंने highlighter इतना अच्छा लगाया है. Oh, ये तो मेरे सारे pimples छुप गए. That time तो we look. But when we have nothing, when we are unfiltered, when our hair is wet, when our face is fully washed, when we have hair and armpit hair and stuff like that, okay, that time is when you need to look at yourself in the mirror. That's the time where you need to really look at yourself properly in the mirror.
Yes, actually, that's very nice. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna let you know. I mean, how that made me feel, because like I just thought about it,
You
and
do.
it
You
does
let
feel.
me know, girl. You do that.
Yes, I mean, I've never even thought about that, but right now when I was thinking about it when you mentioned it, I was like, that seems nice. That seems good. So another question is, what does one need to feel nourished, energized, or strong?
Chavanprash. No, wait. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. I'm no health expert. I think nourished, yeah, dude, nourishment, feed your body, don't starve your body. Definitely try and be on the healthier side. Definitely, like, but again, health, do what suits you, man. Just do what suits you. Nourishment, just feed your body, okay? Don't starve it. I can't emphasize enough on this. Just don't starve your body. That's the worst thing that you can do. Energize, yes. Physical activity, even though I suck at it, I advise it to everyone, because I do realize the importance of it, because I think I mentioned this on my post recently. I've been so inactive. After walking for just like 5 to 7 minutes, I started wheezing, and that's super unhealthy. I don't I really, that was like a kick for me. That was like, dude, kya, do something, this is bad. Body positivity ka matlab ye nahi that you'll just be a blob. That is not body positivity. Acha, I'm like this only. It's body positivity is not promoting unhealthiness like a lot of trolls say, na. It's not promoting. I'm not in support of that. I'm not in support of unhealthiness and being a blob. Even though I am one, I'm not in support of it. I want to change. There's a reason why I want to change. So yeah, definitely physical activity. Try and eat healthy as much as you can, but eating unhealthy is better than not eating. Yeah, like just eat and be active. That's it.
Yeah, that's actually true. And like there are some influencers like in the name of body positivity and body normative, they like promote morbid obesity and stuff, and like in turn that is not very nice. Yeah, and like it's
That
like
is not, and that's the difference. That's actually a toxic side to body positivity that a lot of people don't understand. There's a difference between body positivity and body like complacency, like just being absurdly complacent, like not doing it, like just being like, huh, I'm like this only. It's good to accept yourself, but have goals, have places that you want to be better at.
yes, totally. So like you do so much, like you teach children music, and you like you like did that Ananya Billa thing, the performance. You like do so many things, and you're like so positive and like so amazing. So like, have you ever felt stress? And if yes, then like how did you deal with that stress in a healthy way?
Okay, I'm the last person you should ask this question to because I have very unhealthy ways of dealing with stress. I've been stress eating for a long time now, which is why I've even started going to therapy. Stress eating is like bad. That brings a very unhealthy relationship with food. And for a person like me who loves food, it's not nice to have an unhealthy relationship with food. When you think of food, you should think of happiness. Like you should eat when you're happy, you shouldn't eat when you're stressed, because then you associate food with sadness and stress, right? So I did have unhealthy coping mechanisms for the longest time. So yeah, I'm not a good person to ask this question to. But yeah, things that my therapist say that I still don't follow, but I'm still going to preach it out because why not? Yeah, when you're stressed, try, so you get these what do you call it, clips. Okay, so there's this app called CureFit that I'm on. Okay, and it has these beautiful meditation clips. Okay, and I'm sure you can find it on YouTube as well, because CureFit is like a paid app. So if you like, there are, oh God, the internet is so crazy. Like I sound like such a boomer saying this, but the internet is an amazing place. You can find whatever you want on the internet. You just type how to deal with stress. You'll freaking get a video on it. Okay, and I do advise meditate. I've tried doing this a couple of times. Yeah, I do fail sometimes when I'm stressed I just go stuff my face with a donut. Not good, not advising. But go on YouTube and try to get these stress relief meditation clips. Okay, and just hearing a soothing voice, and oh hi, my cat's here. Hi, Mimi.
Oh,
Okay, so just going, just sitting down, breathing, following everything that that clip says. Okay, these are the ones I do. I don't know the clips on YouTube, but I'm sure you'll find them. I'm sure, like I'm 100% positive that you will find clips on YouTube that tell you breathe and out and that kind of stuff. Okay, and I think if you just give it some time, focus on your breathing, self-reflect, you can calm down.
yeah. So like even I do the same thing. Like I eat a lot when I'm not. Oh my god, social media. I get calls all the time. So spam calls, okay? Like no, none of my friends call me. The spam loves me more than I do. My friends
Oh
do.
my God.
So yes, I'm what was I saying? Yeah. So like I like do not eat when I'm happy. I eat when I'm sad. So if something bad happens in my life, I was like, oh my god, let's just go to the kitchen, get a can of milk made out, get like 2 spoons of
Yeah.
cocoa powder. Let's make something and eat it up.
See, it can really help. Okay, it does release endorphins. Like it does help. I'm not gonna deny eating does help. But then over a time, like over a period of time, uh, it makes you look at food in a negative way.
Yes. Oh, I can agree to that
Psychologically, it
completely.
does that to you. It's not an instant thing. It's like, oh, food makes me happy, so when I'm stressed, if I eat food, that will make me happy. That's what we think, but that's not it. um Over a period of time, the more and more you eat food when you're sad, food becomes your sad food. Now, donuts are my favorite food. But the thing is, every time I cry or I'm stressed or I'm sad or I'm angry, I just go eat donuts. Now, donut has become more of a sad, angry plus period food than a happy food. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to my favorite dishes, right?
Yeah, totally. So, like, in your opinion, like, it's like for like all the things that you mentioned, like of unfollowing people or eating a donut or something like that, what would be the bare essential to, like, make yourself like just totally love yourself unconditionally?
See, the bare essential is, are your morals, are your ground rules for yourself, are the things that you believe in. Body positivity does not come overnight. I'm still not body positive. I'm here talking to you right now, but do you think I don't have issues on a daily basis where I don't cry myself to sleep? No. Any person who preaches body positivity is not, nobody is completely body positive, because we're human. We will always find something that is not good enough. We will always feel little lesser than someone else, and we will always have days. Okay, even the most cockiest people who are self-obsessed, even Kanye West bloody has bad days. I assure you. Okay, I assure you. So the bare essential is to just accept that hard truth.
Hmm.
It's just
Like,
to accept that you are never going to be, completely happy with yourself, and that's okay. There are bad days, there are good days. Try your best to have more good days than bad days. That's just it.
that actually sounds wonderful. I mean, it was so soothing to my like brain, like instant soothing. Like, so, like, in continuation to that question itself, like, what would a body positive image look like to you?
As I said before, oh my god, my cat is chewing my guitar string. Stop doing that. Okay. That's a very good question. A body positive image. As I said before, body positivity is not being complacent. It is being what makes you think the best version of you would be. Like for some people, body positivity is subjective, firstly. Okay, a model can be body positive or body negative. A really fat obese person can be body positive, but body positivity is very subjective, and it means different things to different people. Okay, now each to their own. Firstly, each to their own. I don't think anyone should have a set belief on what body positive. It means different things to different people. Okay, there are some people who are okay with being fat. They are okay. They're completely okay. They have accepted it. And they're like, you know what? I want to be this way. I don't freaking care. Good for them. Very good for them. That is body positivity for them. Okay. And I have no problem with being fat, but I want to be healthy. There are some people who don't want to be healthy also. And that's okay. If they don't want to be healthy, who are we to tell them, right? And that's body for them. It's like, I will be an unhealthy piece of shit and I love it. And okay, dude, you do you, sis. Like, okay, be that. Not at all. Not a problem at all. But for me personally, so this is just my opinion on body positivity. This does not apply to anyone else, just putting that out there, because it means different things to different people. Okay, for me, my ideal way to look at body positivity is not being complacent, but also accepting and loving myself. So I get the best of both worlds. Like I'm motivated enough to do better because I know I don't want to stay in this state. Okay, I know I want to be healthier. I know I want to. Before 2 years ago, I would have said, "Dude, I want to be thinner, yaar." But no, now I have understood that that is like the last of my priorities. I want to be fitter, fitter as in I don't care even if I put on 10 more kgs. it's okay. Weight does not define, a very unhealthy person can be super thin, a very healthy person can be super fat, because that's how genetics works. That's how everybody is different, right? Now you're telling me that you exercise every day and you're like good enough, active and all, and maybe due to some reason you might put on a lot of weight and you might end up being really fat, but you're still a healthy person, and that's okay then. For me, that works. Okay, as long as I'm healthy, as long as I'm taking care of my body, as long as I'm giving it what it needs, a good diet, uh, a good diet and a good amount of exercise, a good amount of activity, and a lot of hurdles and challenges, I'm good that way. So I think for me, body positivity is accepting that I am like this, but also having accepting and loving, okay, accepting, like full heartedly accepting, okay. And it's a journey, it does not happen in a day. I took this journey uh around 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and it's still going. It's getting better day by day, but it's always going to keep going. There is no end to it. It's always going to keep growing, and I'm going to keep learning and keep growing. So yeah, I just want to love myself the way I am, but also have goals and not be comfortable in how I am. Like, I am comfortable, but you know what I mean, right? I don't want to just be like, okay, now I'm done, now I'm body positive, now I'll just like sit, now I'll not do anything because I'm body positive. ऐसे नहीं चलता मेरे लिए. Like, I'm body positive, that's why I'm going to push myself and do what's good for my body.
Wonderful. I mean, I was watching the my next guest needs no introduction, like by David Letterman, and honestly, when you were speaking like all those words, I could like hear Lizzo saying them. Or Lizzo, sorry, Lizzo saying
I
them.
have not even watched this show. I don't know what show you're talking
Yes, and
about.
that, I mean, I related so much. I mean, both like Lizzo and you both, like, I could exactly, she almost said the same things, and I'm like, oh my god. I mean, such people. I mean, wonderful people like you and Lizzo exist. I mean, total queens.
Thank you. Thank you so
Because out of
much.
the hundred suggestions that my friends were like all those people gave. So finally, the last question of the day. If you don't have much time to tend to yourself today, what would you do in like 15-30 minutes to make yourself feel happy, energized, or filled with self love without the dancing in front of the mirror?
Okay. I was going to say dance in front of the mirror, but since you said accept that, yeah. As I said, I want to associate food with happy emotions. So if I'm feeling really good, like if I'm feeling really happy, I'm going to eat something to make myself even more happy, because I want food to be my happy mood thing, not my sad mood thing. So I would eat. One of my favorite things to do in the world, not one, the most favorite thing for me is to have like food. It could be any food. It could be even dal chawal or khichdi. Just food, okay? And Netflix. I don't know why this is so generic. It's something that we do all the time, but I enjoy it. I enjoy eating and watching some, crime documentary, or or just Friends, or like just, binge watching Friends while eating. I think it's the happiest moment of my life. And like eating and watching something and being like completely involved in watching something while I'm like eating it makes me so happy. Other than that, yeah, I would sing. Singing is something that makes me really happy. I would spend time with my family. I think that gives all of us happiness. Or I would talk to my best friend on phone, even that she's like my hype girl. So
That's, you know, I thought that I'm actually a very shy person, though I like try not to show it. But understand, I'm like right now, if I was like, if I could take off like a certain like social mask off, I would be like a red. I'm like very shy. I try not to show it. And like you're like so relatable, and you were so open that made me feel so much better about myself. And I just want to thank you so much for this.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm honestly a very socially anxious I know it doesn't show. I know I'm like all over, like I'm always like, all jumpy and quirky and stuff, but I actually go through social anxiety. Now, right now we're on Zoom call. It's still like okay, but you put me in a group of people, I'll be like, where's the vodka at? I need something to handle this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. So like again, like thank you for being so open and doing this for us, and like
Thank you
have
so
that
much. It was
sorted.
my pleasure.
And like
You let us.
loads of hugs and thank yous. Okay.
Bye. Had a great time talking to you. I'll see you soon.
Same. The feelings
And
mutual.
dance in front of the mirror, huh?
Totally. And I'll let you know.
Yes. All right. See you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.